This is Group 4 Space. Today we are going to make a presentation about Ford. First, the aim is to analyze Ford top leadership and then give some long-term development suggestions. The left picture is the CEO of Ford, James, and the right one is the executive chairman, William. Next, please.
And the Ford Motor Company is a multinational automobile manufacturer in the United States. It was founded by Henry Ford in 1903. Its main business is product and sales of automobile products. It has two world-famous brands under its name, Ford and Lincoln. After more than 100 years of development, Ford has successfully sold cars to most countries in the world, and has automobile processing and manufacturing plants on all continents. The quality of its products is excellent and has a high reputation worldwide. And next. Here I began show a member of Ford's board of directors, Kimberly. Now she also serves to Ford in some areas on the audit committee, nominating and the governance committee, and sustainability and the innovation committee. Kimberly has a very rich work experience and background. As shown below, she herself had experience in operating and managing organizations like the Kimberly Casino, and has professional management knowledge. And next, please. So what is the impact of diversified feature members on company operations? The first is that access to information and expertise in a broader field. Talents like Kimberly with rich work experience and professional knowledge background can bring cultural knowledge of Latin America and span to Ford, assist Ford in manufacturing and sales in these regions. And then help CEOs diversify their employment risks, bring more resources to the company. This means through Kimberly's consultation and suggestions, she can help Ford to obtain more resources and information about company operations, branch establishment and financial management, and make important contributions to Ford's global development. But at the same time, it is necessary to clarify the responsibility and obligations of board members. So to prevent board members from obtaining additional benefits through financial control and make decisions on company's development strategy causes out of scope impact. And next.
The photograph that is listed in this page is called Alan Mullery, who is the previous CEO of Ford in 2006. Before joining Ford, Alan Mullery was president at Boeing and CEO of the commercial airline division of Boeing. In 2005, Mullery had been named one of the best leaders of 2005 by Business Week magazine and had received various rewards for his leadership quality. Next page, please. By transactional positive leadership, Mullery implied a leadership style that was inclusive and open. Mullery believes that instead of reviewing the employee for his decision to stop production, he would be asked how the leadership could help the situation. Mullery points out that employees would be more at ease at work if a safe environment is created for them to at work. Since his appointment as the CEO of Ford, Mullery has not designed or devised any new cars, styles, or products for the company. Instead, he sets goals for the company and makes these goals universally known among the employees to follow them. Mullery started a system called business plan review at Ford, followed and adapted by all the functional and business leaders of the company. All these leaders attempt the BPR. They discuss condition of the global labor, energy, technology, and so on. This discussion helps in making the leaders clear about the external situation and what they can be expected of the global market in future. Mollery's leadership style is no doubt transformational, for he enabled a change in the performance and the culture of Ford Motors. The leadership style of Mollery can be explained through the leader-member exchange theory. The basic principles of leader-member exchange theory is based on the fact that leaders develop a different kind of exchange relation with the employees and the success of the group, or the organizational is based on the quality of the exchange that he holds. The top leaders of the company, like CEO, has to change the management style if necessary. The leadership style at Ford transformed dramatically from a family autocratic style to a high quality leader-member exchange-based leadership style. The transformation has changed the performance of the overall company and had turned a loss-making company to a profitable company. Presented, while the leadership style of Mollery is alarming, direct, equipped with honesty. Mollery himself has pointed out one of the key aspects of being a leader was to be true to who you are and focusing on what you believe in. Next part is for the introduction of current CEO.
Next, I'm going to discuss 3 chief elements of an executive cognitive model: cognitive content, cognitive structure, and cognitive style, to analyze Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford Motor. The first part is cognitive content. Before he became the CEO of Ford in 2020, he had extensive leadership experience, such as the CEO of Ford Europe and the president of Ford Global Market. Next, please. The second is cognitive structure. Farley has a fresh leadership style. He often asks employees organizationally beneath him for advice. Also, he is a car enthusiastic and he often races on weekends. Here is a picture of his racing. Besides, his grandfather was an employee of Ford, which made him influenced by automobiles since he was a child. Farley's unique cognitive structure arranges and connects his management ability and understanding, forming his unique management style, which will affect his strategic choices. Next, please. The last part is cognitive style. The picture shows 4 strategic styles of the model. Through analysis, Farley belongs to the NF style. He will not be based on facts, but will stand from the perspective of the company and look at the problem in the long term. The way he obtains information mainly comes from official reports from the company and the media. Also, he has a unique cognitive structure and formed a unique management style. Next, please. Through the analysis of the cognitive style, a suggestion was made to Farley and Ford. COVID-19 caused Ford to suffer huge losses in 2020, and Farley's appointment at this time is a serious challenge for him. Based on his cognitive structure, humility is a very effective way of leadership. At this time, respecting the value of every employee is conducive to achieving common goals and improving corporate performance. Okay, next.
Common leadership styles are divided into leader-centered leadership style and follower-centered leader style. The leader-centered style realizes organizational success through leaders' self-realization and self-projection. These styles mainly exist in organizations that rely on authority, special direction, and strict success deadlines. These organizations have a top-down structure. They operate according to the vision of the leaders, and employees should follow the instructions of the leaders. It mainly includes authoritative leadership, trading leadership, and charismatic leadership. The follower-centered style realized organizational success through the realization, growth, and the development of followers. This leadership style are practically in organizations that regard employees as the most valuable organizational assets and invest a valuable resource in them. Organizations that use a follower-centered style often have a flat structure, and the leaders and the followers are treated equally. Employers' options and suggestions can greatly affect organizational decision-making. Examples of follower-centered styles include participatory, depending on the ability, knowledge, and feedback of the entire team. Servant style is mainly based on the strong values and ideas brought by leaders and followers in the workplace. And the transformative leadership is based on a shared vision that inspires followers to achieve the future of the organization. Among the organizations undergoing major changes, authoritative leadership has the best effect. The team has little time for team decision-making, and the leaders have the most professional knowledge on topics or issues. Transactional leaders are most effective when they focus on short-term projects or tasks. Their main focus is to complete tasks correctly without creative and innovation. Charismatic leadership styles can work well during emergency organizational transformation because these leaders are good at motivating their followers to do anything they need to do. In organizations where team building is very important and the decision-making quality is higher than decision-making speed, participator leadership style has the best effect. Servant leadership is most suitable for mature organizations where shareholders' needs are higher than profits. Transformational leadership is best suited to organizations in need of transformation. As a farmer business, many focused on the leader-centered leadership style in the past development, which inevitably ignores the voice of its followers, especially in team building. Companies where shareholder demand is higher than profits and the teams need transformation. It is obvious that the follower-centered style is more important. Therefore, it is suggested that food companies should combine and cultivate the two styles at the same time, and just make sure to circumstance and cooperate with each other to achieve the best organization and management. Next, please.
Stakeholders can influence the organization, so I will introduce the three parts that I think are the most critical. Next page, please. Firstly, Ford has always been unsatisfied with the domestic market in the United States, and it actively expand overseas market. For example, in 2001, China Ford was established in China, and Ford Motor and China each holding 15% of the share. This is Ford's successful decision to enter the Chinese market. Today, Ford's Chinese plant has become Ford's largest production base in the world after Detroit. Secondly, distributors are an important link to achieving profitability, and they must be particularly cautious and positive when dealing with relationship with dealer. Ford created is a wholly owned company of Ford Motor. It provides dealers with wholesale, capital, and mortgage services to solve their financial difficulty. Thirdly, Ford takes consideration on customer to optimize their services to be customer oriented. In a competitive market, if the quality of board protection or its after sales are not relatively high, fewer original owners will buy a second Ford vehicle. They are the objective in Ford's strategy on customer perspective. Therefore, Ford must focus on maintaining customer relationships. Next page, please. And this presentation analyzes Ford model based on Ford effect, transactional theory, connective model, leader-centric, and stakeholder. We believe that in the future, Ford's leadership team should diversity and establish effective communication and clear the vision and responsibility with the board of directors. The long-term development of a company requires the joint effort of many parties. Thank you for watching our presentation, and we are finished. Thank you.